Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to level your X-axis carriage for i3 style printers. So here's your X-axis carriage. So how your 3D printer should set up is you have your Y-axis, you have your X-axis, and you have your Z-axis that moves up and down. And so on i3 style printers, this is all one piece. This is called your X-axis carriage. And so what happens is it's controlled by these two screws. And basically you have two motors down here, and when you rotate it, it goes up and down for both of these. And you get a problem when these screws get out of whack and lose their balance. And so this video is intended for people who are owners of i3 printers. It should work for Monoprice printers, Wano printers, and anything that works on this screw system. So a popular method that's used is using a ruler, and you measure these parts. You measure this side and this side, and you manually turn these screws until they're equal. I don't like that method because it can be a bit tedious and you're working with numbers that you don't really need to do. So I like to use a box, some sort of like wooden block usually, to basically put in here. Move this up. Basically, you move this up, and you put a box or a block of something in here, and you basically are comparing the level to the flatness of your box, and you will just move these screws down more and more until it's nice and snug. So this is a piece of wood. I like to use, it's actually an old busted clock. You could use a box pasta. I actually don't recommend it because if you look right here, it's like you can press it down, and that's not something that's good because when you screw these down and the box moves, it's now no longer a good reference. So let's get this out of whack. So you slide this in just like this, and you'll slowly just inch these. You'll turn these little screws until you get just barely touching the box on both sides. And if you look really close, you can kind of see a little gap in there. And basically you're just going to do all these little like micro turns to get it so it's just barely touching flat across the whole thing. You don't want a gap on one side and no gap on the other. So if you do this right, it should go very quick and it should be able to just lightly move in there with no friction whatsoever. And so, yes, you can pull that out, and now everything should be able to move just like it could. And so when you print, it will be a lot more easier. Your X-axis will now be level with the bed, and so when you're printing, you'll have better bed adhesion, and you'll just have overall an increase in print quality, and while also reducing the risk of bending these screws and damaging your printer. So thanks.